What's up guys, Americana back here with another video. This shouldn't be a controversial thing to say, and it's something I've been saying for months now, but the Bitcoin bottom is in and it is confirmed. I'm sure every single creator is going to be making videos this week talking about, is the Bitcoin bottom in, is this in, is that in? One, I'm not even worried about that. I'm more focused on alt season, so we are not even playing the same game here. Two, I've been talking about a Bitcoin bottom for months now, since February, so this is not a new thing to me. This is not a surprise to see a move like this to me. Now, just because I know everybody else will be making a video on it this week, I wanted to drop my 2 cents in there as well. So this is my version of is the Bitcoin bottom in style of video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. I just want to let you guys know before I get into this video, this is already going to be a long-winded video. I do not need this much analysis to prove and show that a Bitcoin bottom is in, but I wanted to start from higher time frames, go down to lower time frames, just talking about every little bit of confirmation along the way, just to get all of my ideas out there, present all of the bullish data. But realistically, and if you go look back at my past videos, I've been talking about one or two of these at a time. They're all pretty strong signals. I just have the ones that I prefer to focus on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. All right, guys, what we have here is the monthly Bitcoin chart. What we are looking at is the first month to close, right, in the red with an upward style of candle, right? Bearish momentum is decreasing on the monthly time frame. And I just went and simply looked at this histogram we have here, dropped a mark when we got the first uptick in monthly momentum. And where does that put us? That puts us in 2014, the bottom having already been in, maybe a tiny sweep, right? I don't want to hear, oh, if we sweep 57K, you're wrong. Okay, if we sweep 57K and go to 56.5, it's the same damn thing. And two, your ass is not going to be buying it anyway. So essentially, Bitcoin bottom already in at that point in time. Bitcoin bottom already in 2019, and Bitcoin bottom already in November of 2022. What do we have this month? And granted, we do have 7 days until this closes, but we have the first uptick in monthly momentum on Bitcoin's histogram here. Could do a little magic and analysis with where Sigma kind of fell throughout this entire process, but we'll go ahead and skip over it. Before we jump into the next thing, I just want to say this really quickly. If you guys are trading this, if you guys intend to be trading this, if you guys are curious about where you should be getting in, what you should be thinking about, or how you should be thinking about the market right now, I will tell you this, for the next few months, risk to reward is going to favor the longs. I personally am not shorting any of this. I might short the sweep of all-time high on Bitcoin, maybe for the memes, just for fun, just to feel something, but shorts are disabled. If you guys remember 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I had a very, very small short on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and that was just because I wanted to get filled lower with a lot of size. So really, since February-ish, I haven't been taking shorts too seriously. You guys might say, oh, Americana, what about the drop in June? Okay, 25% drop, but because I was focused, risk to reward favoring the longs, right? My Ethereum that I bought in here, we're on Bitcoin chart, but my Ethereum is up even more than this. Or if I just had bought Bitcoin, whatever, right? Up 28, 25% with a change in direction, with a shift in the trend likely coming. So again, like I said, since February, risk to reward has favored the longs, but especially now, please don't try to get cute shorting this stuff. It doesn't make any sense. The easiest trade right now is to just go long. Find a spot to go long and hold it for the next couple months. You're chilling. Not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. All right. So anyways, on the weekly time frame here, obviously on the histogram, you can see we are, momentum is increasing. That can be sometimes hit or miss. You have to have an understanding of the nuance if you're going to use the histogram by itself. But something I do want to point out is my Sigma indicator right here. You can see Bitcoin has never dipped into discount on the weekly time frame. That's fine. Maybe we get that one day. But what we can see is we did get into this area on the weekly time frame where we do typically find bottoms, where we do typically see bottoms form. With that in mind, and it might not look like it, but Sigma did not make a new low into this move on the weekly with FTX collapse and the move lower on Bitcoin. So we did get, say it with me, bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. Now, what just happened this go around, right? Price did not go as low, Sigma did not go as low, but we still saw that same exact bullish divergence set up, essentially getting confirmed with this massive weekly candle that we just had close. If you guys want to see this play out in the opposite direction, here we have Sigma again, right, with a bearish divergence, kind of two of them showing up. First little bear div in there, second little bear div into 1010, all kind of playing along the same trend line there. But we can see it working in the opposite direction as well. All right, now the meat and potatoes of this video, let's get down to the 5-day time frame here on Bitcoin. I can just go ahead and mark this out. Guys, this is not just an indicator. This is something that I use for my actual portfolio to know when, what, and where to allocate. One of the reasons why I was extremely bullish on Bitcoin back in February. It's because we were entering a 5-day discount on Bitcoin, which historically has marked being at the lows or very near the lows, depending on which cycle you look at here. Same thing as the weekly time frame, though a little bit cleaner. Not going to draw it out. We had a bullish divergence show up, right? Again, same thing over here on this side of the chart in our 26 cycle. Again, check out my other videos. This was never a bear market. I never called it a bear market. And I have been adamant about that over the last 10 months. All right, guys, is this getting boring yet? Do you guys want to click off this video yet? Is it too simple? Is this all too simple? Well, don't click off this video. We got plenty more stuff to talk about. But dropping down to the 3-day time frame is here. I'm not even going to mark it out. I'm not even going to mark it out. You guys use your eyes. Tell me what this stuff timed up with. Tell me if you would have been happy to allocate into Bitcoin at these times. Tell me if risk to reward favored the long side of the equation at these times. I think we can all solve the answer to that very simple problem, and I will just let it remain there as the elephant in the room. Now, just showing some pretty basic stuff here for all my EMA guys, for my moving average bros. Please tell me what it has meant when Bitcoin has spent a prolonged period under its 200-day moving average and then broken out back above it. Please tell me what this has meant. Please tell me if the bottom was already confirmed at that time. Please tell me if the bottom was already in. Please tell me if risk to reward favored the longs at that time. I think this chart makes it pretty obvious. And it's not like we just barely reclaimed the 200-day here. I mean, we absolutely blew through it. But you might say, hey, that's not enough for me. I'm a weekly chart kind of guy. Okay. Buying below the 200-week moving average has never been a bad idea. If you allocate it into Bitcoin this entire time underneath the 200-week moving average, well, you did pretty well. You didn't have much time in here, but if you allocated at or under the 200-week moving average, you did very well on Bitcoin. Now, where does that leave us as of late? Pretty much had a false breakdown of this 200-week moving average. Another great historical marker of where Bitcoin is at when it comes to how discounted it is. We can go ahead and zoom in here as well because you really have to put your, binocular glasses on to see this. Just barely reclaiming the 200-week moving average. We definitely didn't just have a 23% week reclaim of the 200-week moving average. It was, very small. You guys, I might even have to zoom in more screenshots so you guys can see it. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but massive candle right back through the 200-week. Debate with your mother on is the Bitcoin bottom already in. I have my longs still open from lower because if we get those prices, I am 100% definitely a buyer. If we double bear trap, if we bear trap the bear trap of the bear trap, I will continue to buy because again, risk to reward favors the longs. But really, I do feel confident to come out and say first, at least how I'm operating, bear market bottom is in. The bottom is in, right? I'm not flip flopping. I've been talking about this for months now. Like I said, we just got a 23% candle move with all the things that we've talked about in this video. The bear market or the bottom is in. I mentioned this in a lot of my videos over the last however many months as well. Very adamant on what to do right in here. Once we move out of these zones, we become speculative on is this enough of a reclaim? Do we have to get the sweep lower like a 2014 or 2022. These were kind of all the things we were talking about on how is this bottom going to look? We know the bottom is here. How is it going to look? That was kind of the conversation. A lot of this was frustrating in here. And this is kind of when you heard me say, we are extremely lucky to be here, to have low volatility movement. We had a discount. We're in the bullish divergence of that discount. So it's almost like a discount within a discount. How lucky are you guys that you get to stack crypto at such cheap prices over such a long period. If you guys are a paycheck to paycheck kind of person, you had from June 1st to August, second week in August. So June, July, a paycheck in August, was this 5 paychecks to stack as much crypto as you could in these levels. Okay. It spent a long amount of time here. So just wanted to bring that up again in this video. We were lucky to even get this kind of discount, in my opinion. One more thing, guys. One more thing. Don't click off this video yet. I'm going to hop over. I want to talk about some forward-looking projections that I have on my Sigma terminal as well. I want to show that to you guys. All right, everybody. So we are over here on my Sigma terminal. This is something that I do offer to you guys. Basically has all of my operations, what I need to be doing with whatever I'm watching. I don't have a watch list built out just yet, but whatever tickers I'm watching, screener built in, portfolio, swing trading, blah blah blah. You guys can check out the link in my bio if you guys do want to see more of this. But what I want to focus on is the path projections that you see here. These are forward-looking returns based on, forget how many simulations, either like 2,000 or 10,000 simulations. Hopefully you guys can see that in here, but you can see last time we got a 5-day discount, it projected out this kind of forward-looking path. You can see COVID hitting the lower bound of this path, Echo Bubble hitting the upper bound of this path, and Bitcoin actually finding its top on what this median projection was. I want to focus on this second one here because that's what actually ended up being the bottom, and we can see that we rode this median for quite a long time, if I do say so myself, but definitely right within this projected path for Bitcoin. Now, what do we have now, guys? And what did I say in one of my videos probably a few weeks ago? It's like, okay, we're riding this median path. We now dipped below. We are in the lower 5 to 10th percentile on what forward-looking returns have and should look like. And what is this projecting, right? Massive, quick, expansionary move. I talked about Bitcoin's Bollinger Bands expanding on the monthly time frame over in another video this week. But this move is going to be extremely quick. This move is going to be volatile. It's going to be the most volatile move that we've seen in the last 5 or 6 years, and it's going to happen while people are still debating Bitcoin bottom or alt season or not. All of these things that should not even be a question. There's a reason this thing is pointing straight up like this. There's a reason that this is the path that is being projected. I'm not going to tell you why. That'll expose the math behind all of this, which is not something that I'm interested in doing, but did want to show you guys this, show you the kind of past accuracy of it and what it was projecting now and what it's been projecting. All right, guys. So with that, we can probably go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, the risk to reward favors longs. Don't try to get cute with this, guys. Don't try to get cute with this. If you guys have questions, comments, concerns, make sure you guys drop it in the comments. Make sure you guys are liking these videos, subscribing to the channel, interacting. It helps me out a ton. Make sure you guys click the link in my bio if you do want to check out Sigma or if you want to join my free Discord. Make sure you guys check out my other videos this week. Slap those notifications on, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.